Let's say China.
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 China. China.
There are no strong neighbors, and you can actually see Russia from land here in Alaska.
You go over to China.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Trump statement, tweeting out insults to Angela Merkel. What's he doing?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host.
Yes. Hello and welcome. I am James Andrews, and you are listening to So This Happened, the only news you need if you no longer work at the White House. It's Monday, the 31st of July 2017, and I would like to start today off by paying tribute to a wonderful actor and playwright. Sam Shepard passed away today, aged 73. He leaves behind an incredible body of work, and our condolences are with his friends and family at this difficult time for them. And Sam, wherever you are, your work will be missed. Many a show will be worse off because you are no longer able to be in them. So, rest in peace, Sam Shepard. And I hope everyone had a spectacular weekend, and I don't know if your head is spinning as much as mine is right now, because my God, what a shake-up at the White House. I mean, it just was insane. First of all, Reince Priebus resigned. What was that about? And then today, Donald Trump swore in General John Kelly to take the place of Chief of Staff.
We just swore in General Kelly. He will do a spectacular job, I have no doubt, as Chief of Staff. What he's done in terms of homeland security is record-shattering. You look at the border, you look at the tremendous results we've had, and you look at the spirit. And with a very controversial situation, there's been very little controversy, which is pretty amazing by itself. So I want to congratulate you on having done a fantastic job, General, and we look forward to, if it's possible, an even better job as Chief of Staff.
That's right, sir. Thank you.
So there we go, General Kelly is in. Now, he's a retired 4-star Marine general who served in the military for over 40 years, and we'll see what he can do with this really fractured White House at the moment. It really is just a revolving door, people in, people out. We'll see if General Kelly has what it takes to be able to, stand up to Donald Trump and say, hang on. And the president was asked what General Kelly would bring to the White House, and he responded with a little bit of a stretch of the truth. I think we can say that, right? That's sort of a polite way of saying, well, here he is.
We have a tremendous group of support. The country is optimistic, and I think the General will just add to it. But the country is doing very well. Strongest stock market ever. On Friday, we hit the highest in the history of the stock market. Business is very enthusiastic, and we will proceed and we will keep going. But we have a fantastic leader, Chief of Staff. He's going to do a really great job.
So, Priebus out, Kelly in. And you'll remember this guy.
Applaud his efforts here, and I love the guy, and I wish him well. At times, a disconnect between the way we see the president and how much we love the president, and the way some of you perhaps see the president. The people I grew up with, they so identify with the president and they love him, and so we're going to get that message out. So
my second question for you.
I love the president. I obviously love the country. Look at my life experience here in the country, and so it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to stand here, actually. I like the team. Let me rephrase that. I love the team, and so I would love to have Sean here. Sean decided that he thought it would be better to go, and Sean, and I love him for it. I love these guys, I respect these guys, but I love the president, and I'm very, very loyal to the president, and I love the mission that the president has. Okay, since the early days of the campaign, when I went to these rallies and I saw the love that the people had for the president, and again, I grew up in the middle class, and so there's a struggle out there, The president saw that before I did. I wish I could tell you I saw it before him, but he taught it to me. And I feel that struggle, and I have empathy for that struggle, and I want to be here to help make things better for the American people. So I'll take the hits. And so I think we're pretty, listen, I don't think I'd be standing here if I didn't have a good relationship with the president. I love the president. Just spoke to both of them. I love the two of them. I go back a long ways with them. I think they're two phenomenal people. But here's what I will tell you, okay? I love the president. And the president is a very, very effective communicator. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was the human colostomy bag Anthony Scaramucci, and there he was last week saying, I love the president, I love him so much, I love his shoes, I love his tie, I love his hair, I love his arse, I love his stomach, I love his aeroplane, I love his houses, I love his painting that he sold the other day at auction, I love him. But Anthony Scaramucci did a year ago say this about Donald Trump.
Moving around paper right now, Maria, but that's another hack politician.
You call Donald Trump a hack?
He's a hack
you're
politician.
in
He's
trouble
probably
now.
going to make Elizabeth Warren his vice presidential nominee with comments like that.
Do you think he's a
It's
plant?
anti-American. It's very, very divisive.
You think Donald's a plant?
And I'll
by
tell you
Hillary
who he's going to be president of. You can tell Donald I said this. The Queens County Bullies Association. You got to cut it out now and stop all this crazy rhetoric spinning everybody's
I
heads
like
around.
how you say that now, but I've had a problem with the way you
Yeah,
talk
so there was Anthony Scaramucci saying, yeah, Donald Trump's a hack, don't like him at all. Well, apparently Donald Trump may have just heard that because Anthony Scaramucci was in the job, about 24, 48 hours because he was fired today as well. And the door just keeps revolving and revolving and revolving. It's a little bit of a shame, actually, because we really didn't have any time to make fun of Scaramucci, and trust me, there was a lot there to make fun of, so part of me is a little disappointed in this new firing. And you know that Jeff Sessions is somewhere right now going, oh my God, thank God, no, not me, whew, thank you. And in keeping with the revolving door of the White House, I've put a poll up on Twitter, which will be up there for about 24 hours. How long will General Kelly be in the job? So head over to So This Happen and give me your answer. And over in Russia, Vladimir Putin has ordered 755 US diplomatic staff to be removed and sent back to the US. Now, in all fairness, that brings the number down to 455, which is the same number of Russian diplomatic staff here in the US. Now, the US government has said that the move is regrettable and an uncalled for act, and we are assessing the impact of such a limitation and how we will respond to it. And even though it will bring both countries on the same playing field vis-a-vis the number of diplomatic staff in each country, removing that many at one time is the largest diplomatic evacuation of a country in modern history. So there is something there. It's definitely Vladimir Putin kind of going, yeah, you put sanctions on my country? Watch this. Fuck off. So it'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds. And now I want to move to the United Kingdom. And when I say move to the United Kingdom, I don't mean I want to pack my bags, get on an aeroplane and go home. No. I mean I want to move our conversation to the United Kingdom. Just clarifying that in case there was anyone out there going, thank God he's going to leave. No. So, after the Brexit vote, there's been a lot of conversation about free movement within Europe to the United Kingdom. Now, there have been suggestions over the last few months that perhaps this free movement would continue even after the United Kingdom exits the European Union. What the free movement of people essentially means, for those that don't know, is, well, basically exactly what it sounds like, free movement. For instance, I have a European passport. I can travel to any European country I want, I can live there, I can work there, I have no restrictions on it whatsoever, and vice versa. Somebody from France can come to England, somebody from Spain can go to Germany, somebody from Germany can go to Sweden. And you get the idea. Anyway, today, number 10, the Prime Minister announced that no, in fact, once Britain exits the European Union, free movement ends. And if you think about what a massive impact this is going to have on pretty much everything, it's enormous. Okay, because right now, you can do business with any of the 27 EU countries. You can move there, you can work there, you can have a business in London, and then you can go to Paris and open an office there, no problem. Well, as soon as Britain is out, that is no longer possible. And to think about all the people who are of British descent or foreign descent living in Britain, or Britons living abroad, all that is going to change as well, because you are no longer a member of the EU. Therefore, you can't stay there. So somebody who packed up and moved to Belgium 3 years ago is now going to have to come back to England. And somebody that moved from Germany to England will now say, well, wait a second, now I can't live here anymore legally. I'm going to have to get a visa and green cards. I'm going to have to go through all the immigration stuff that any other non-EU country would go through. This is another one of those things that when people went into that voting booth and said, yeah, Brexit, like the sound of that, they didn't think about this. You know, that little sort of, hey, what do you want to do this weekend, darling? I don't know, you want to go to Paris for the weekend? Yeah, that sounds smashing, let's just jump on the train. Okay. Yeah, can't do that anymore. There's no more little romantic weekend trips to Paris anymore, because now you're going to have to go stand and, go through immigration and all that nonsense. You people, you just didn't think about it, did you? I was shaking my head, you couldn't see it, but that was me shaking my head, just going, oh, what have you done? It's going to have massive impacts, and it's going to have a lot of impacts that people never thought about. Everybody that voted Brexit this wasn't really a top of their agenda, their weekend trip to France. Yeah. Brexit to me is kind of like Donald Trump here in the States. People voted for it because they didn't quite understand what it was, but they're a little bit sick of what was happening. And they said, yeah, well, let's just do something that's a change, because change is better. Well, no, apparently change is not always better. Remember that. Except in November of next year, don't remember that. Change is better. Mixed Message Monday. And speaking of Mixed Message Monday, the White House press briefing this afternoon was off to a flying start when Sarah Huckabee Sanders... God, I miss Sean Spicer. Every time I look at her, I just go, God, I wish you were Sean Spicer. Anyway, she spent about a minute avoiding the question as to why Scaramucci was fired. So let's just have a quick listen into that, shall we?
Anthony Scaramucci still in the administration. Does he have another role now besides communications director? And can you talk a little bit about the circumstances of his departure this morning?
Sure. He does not have a role at this time in the Trump administration. And we put out a statement earlier announcing that, and I don't have much else to add beyond
Not at the XM Bank at all?
Not at this time.
When you say, did General Kelly ask him to leave, or did the president ask him to leave? Did he volunteer his resignation, or how did that come about?
I'm not going to get into the process. TikTok, look, as we've said several times before, what matters most to us is not who's employed in the White House, but who's employed in the rest of the country. And we're focused on the president's agenda of growing the economy, creating jobs, and that's what we're going to do, and that's what we're going to be focused on.
Oh, well, thanks, Sarah. That cleared everything up. But God bless them, the press in the room did not give up that easily.
John?
Sarah, was it a chain of command issue? Because Scaramucci said that he had a direct line of communication with the president. There's been some speculation that General Kelly may try to tighten up the number of inputs that the president has. So was it something about the chain of command, or did it have anything to do with that interview that Scaramucci gave last?
Look, the president certainly felt that Anthony's comments were inappropriate for a person in that position, and he didn't want to burden General Kelly also with that line of succession, as I think we've made clear a few times over the course of the last couple of days to several of you individually. But General Kelly has the full authority to operate within the White House, and all staff will report to him.
When you say you didn't want to burden him with that line of succession, you mean the chain of command?
Yeah, correct.
And
Addressing your question.
And if we could just clarify one point about this chain of command. Apparently, Jared Kushner and Ivanka Trump have said they look forward to following General Kelly's lead. When it comes to the people who have access to the president, will that conduit be narrowed down now? Will everything flow through Kelly, or will some things still flow around the Chief of Staff's office?
As I just said, the president's given full authority to General Kelly, and he'll make those determinations.
So there we go, straight from the White House. Scaramucci's gone. Kelly is the new top dog. And we're almost out of time, so thanks very much for listening. It was a good chat, Monday and all, bit rough, but I do just want to update you on the poll on Twitter, which is racking up some significant votes right now. The question: when will General Kelly resign / get fired? Well, 5% think it's tomorrow, 27% think it's next week, 32% think it's the week after next, and winning with 37%, they think he's already fired. And on that, good night.